Malaysia 2, Germany 1. And, well, still in the balance, isn't it, this overall tie with the women's singles to come here. And we already got from Jill that maybe Olga Konon here, slight favourite against Jing. Both nations here making changes to the players that represented in the opening matches against Chinese Taipei. But the pressure on now for Olga Konon, given the fact that Shertlin Kinavada failed to get the better of their Malaysian double pairs opponents. Women's singles seen as one of Malaysia's weakest departments, looking to fill the vacuum left by the retirement of Wong Muchu a couple of years ago now. And the two players that they've got in their squad seen of a kind of equal standard, but I think more experience from
heads or tails.
Jing maybe got her the nod here for this matchup against Germany.
I think possibly the Malaysian coaching staff were a little bit disappointed in Sonia Chiu and the way she lost to Tosi Ying of Taipei, 207 in that opening game.
And as an opponent she'd beaten twice before this year,
yeah, recently in the Axiata Cup, lost in just 28 minutes, and she was obviously feeling the pressure. And of course, Jing she'll also feel the pressure, and of course she hasn't had the advantage as her opponent, has to be said, and neither of them have played so far in this Sudirman Cup campaign, so they won't be as used to the conditions.
And you see strapped, heavily strapped, isn't it, that knee of Olga Konon. She's had some major operations on it. She had a recent 7 months out, been back now more than 6-7 months or so. She's had injury problems before, of course, originally from Belarus, now playing under the German national banner. But this is Jing's record this year, a negative record. 43rd in the world. Lost in the first round of the Asian Badminton Championships, and 4 events in total this year. Olga Konon, who won her first tournament at the age of just 14 in Finland. A winner at the start of this month at Denmark International, means she's won her title every season since she's become a senior, despite those injury problems I was just mentioning.
And in fact, Olga Konon has reached the final of her last 2 tournaments, so she's obviously in great form, apart from winning that Denmark Open. Reached the final of the French International as well.
Irvin Martin is the umpire, and Rick Olsen is in the service judge seat. Well, a chance for Jing to see Malaysia over the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Malaysia, represented by Jing. On my left, Germany, represented by Olga Konon. Germany to serve, level, play. One, love.
Nice touch early on in the game from Olga Konon. for sentiment for Germany. Karen Schnazer making her international farewell here. Did play in the first of the women's singles matches for Germany, but Konon the chosen one here. Straight into a stride.
I remember watching her about a year, 18 months ago in Germany. I think it was at the French Open, and I was really, really impressed with her fighting spirit on court. She's a good natural athlete, as you can see. And she loves to play a game where she really fights for every single point. Good mover around the court. So I'm going to be interested to see how this serious injury has affected her. Of course, it will have affected her, but whether she's still trying to play the same sort of style of play, or whether she will have modified her game a little bit. Interesting to see.
4-1.
Yeah, should have 2 operations. She's still heavily strapped up her left knee, but probably just as a precaution. Your knees do take a pounding, don't they, in this sport?
Tell me about it.
How are yours?
Well, 5 knee operations later, they're doing fine, thank you.
Well, I've had 3, but mine are from badminton.
Perfect length on that push there.
5-2.
It's nice disguise in the drop shot.
Yeah, she needed that kind of shot, didn't she? She hasn't really stamped any kind of personality on the match so far here to Jing, but maybe that will get her into the groove.
Very interesting to me, the fact that Olga Konon is representing Germany. She, as you've mentioned, was born in Belarus, moved initially to Poland, started representing Poland in the international badminton arena, then moved to Mulheim to train with a whole group of women's singles players, of course, including Juliana Schenk, who is the #1 German women's singles player. And now that she's been living there for a while, she's representing Germany, so this is the 3rd different country she's represented.
Doesn't seem right to me.
I wasn't born in England, but represented England.
But did you represent any other nation?
No, I didn't.
That's
no.
what I mean.
Yeah. No, fair point.
over. 6, 10. Seven, 10.
Well, it's been fairly impressive on the whole from Olga Konon. A couple of loose shots there just before the interval, but polished that one off to take an 11-7 lead. And at the moment, she looks the far superior of the two players.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
I have to say so far, Jill, from T, I haven't really seen anything apart from maybe one shot that's inspirational, like she can really take grasp of this game, and she's going to have to really, otherwise it'll drift away from her before she knows it.
Yeah. Concerning times if you're a Malaysian fan. What's your German like? Your name like Hoffman?
Yeah, it's nicht so schlecht.
Yeah. Did you pick up what the coach was saying?
9. What a help I am, eh? And a little bit of a break off the net cord there. And she was trying to play a shot.
Nice. Obviously, when you're playing against an opponent that you know's had a serious injury problem, you try and move them as much as possible. Push them to the back, bring them forward to the net, then push them to the back again. Twist and turn them.
Coaches said at the interval to Jing, it seems to have worked. Away by Konon.
14, 11.
You see, that's the sort of shot from the Malaysian. 2 flats. Got to make sure you get it over her head to the back of the court. I know it's very difficult from this near side because, of course, you're playing with the drift. Housekeeping rules again.
wonder where all that started. It drops.
Once again, there's a little dispute over whether the shuttle is suitable or not, and once again, it's the German who wins the argument. A lovely drop shot.
That was the timing of it as well, wasn't it?
16, 11.
It's good play because she was under pressure. She'd just lost 4 straight points, and all of a sudden it went desperately close. Her opponent catching up to within 1 point of her, and here she is. She's just eased away again. Struggle when it's pushed behind her, deep into her backhand corner. She can't get out of trouble.
Service over. 12, 17.
Maybe can't get out of trouble in the forehand corner either.
18, 12.
Just seemed a little slow getting there as well. And it's very comfortable for Konon.
19, 12.
7 points. A huge gap then. Easing towards this first set. 9 points have arrived.
20, game point, 12.
Olga Konon has 8 game points. And she took the first of them. And in a very similar manner to we saw a few of the previous points as well.
Yeah, and I think what's impressive, having lost those 4 points with Li-Ning catching back up to 11-12, since then the German won 9 of the next 10 points.
Well, what's cut out here, isn't it? Jing set down, and it looks as if we're heading to a decider as things stand in the women's doubles.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1. 20 seconds.
Well, something drastic has to change in this match, really. It was a rather comfortable end to that first set, as far as Olga Konon was concerned.
Second game. Double. Play.
Can she find a spark here? Jing. Let's get the crowd going with it. Serve well, but with the spirits.
That's wild. Real sign of nerves.
Well, I mean, it's great to have the crowd support, isn't it? You know, we've been to various places where it can work both ways. Commonwealth Games, thinking about the Indian players, how they rose to the occasion there a couple of years ago. I think the London Games, of course, Chris Ackle and Imogen Bank had done so well at the World Championships, yet they couldn't get out of the group stages at the Olympic Games in London. When things are going well, it's great, but when suddenly you feel, oh my goodness, I'm letting the team down, especially in these team events, letting the crowd down.
Yeah, there's a lot of outside influences, and of course badminton here in Malaysia is so huge that, you know, the sort of pressure the players are under is absolutely colossal. I remember when the World Championships, individual championships, were staged in this very arena back in 2007, and Malaysia had a disappointing time then as well, and I think the pressure got to an awful lot of their players. I remember Lee Chong-wei losing, you know, relatively early on, and was very unhappy. There's so much pressure playing at home for Malaysian players. That said, of course, I mean, there's, you know, pressure for the Indonesians when they play in Indonesia, and it's all a question of how players react to that, the character of the individual. But players do feed off each other as though we're an individual sport. You know, you play these team competitions, one player looks a little bit edgy, and maybe that affects the mental outlook of all the other players in the team. Somebody loses a match that you felt they should have won. All has its effect, all takes its toll.
And as this match goes on now, the women's double pairs that are coming out will be thinking, you know what, it is going to be us, isn't it? We'll decide whether we got another match here this week.
I suppose the other thing to take into consideration, assuming of course that Germany win this women's singles, is the fitness levels of Michel's, because of course that was a long grueling mixed doubles, wasn't it?
Yep. And we were asking the same question about Christina Pedersen earlier on as well. And of course it was Japan that came through in the end.
bench don't look too happy. I don't understand that. Should be very pleased with what's happening at the moment. As soon as Konon is getting the shuttle over the head and behind the Malaysian, she's winning the point every single time. Just playing into the Germans' hands. Not making a move at all in that rally.
Yeah, pretty short rallies at the moment, aren't they? I think she's getting the men doubles earlier. Most of the points coming from areas at the moment.
It's a very good smash, very accurate.
Just like to see a little more of that from her. A little more aggression.
Yeah, I agree, but she's got to work the rally first.
The kind of late call but given out. Suddenly, Jing is in front.
Very surprised that Malaysian isn't pushing her opponent to the back of the court a little bit more from that far end. She can afford to really punch the clears. With the shuttle flying a little bit slower coming towards us. There's no good hitting it flat.
10-9.
Despair for Jing.
11-10, interval.
There were moments in that first part of this game where she was looking like she maybe could get herself a lead, but in the end it's Olga Konon who is looking strong favourite to take this vital point for Germany. quarter-finals of this Sudirman Cup make their home advantage count. But place in the quarter-finals now far from guaranteed.
Credit to the German, because she really is dictating the pace. She's playing the way that she wants to play. Concerning body language as well from Jing. What's her reaction after this error? It's not a good sign. Oh, that's delightful. What a super shot. Two drop shots to the same place.
Service over. 12, 15.
Closing in on victory here, you feel, Olga Konon. You never say never, but just doesn't look the fight here from
16,
Jing. She looks a beaten woman, doesn't she? Well, I'm not saying she's completely thrown the towel in, but boy, this is not what you call a fight. I want to just see a bit of spirit here from the Malaysian. If you're going to go down fighting. Let your opponent really work for it. match points of Julia Ride. Just over half an hour gone.
20, match point, 30.
Olga Konon hoping that would go out. It was a long way from going out.
14,
One match point saved at least. Olga Konon levels things up again in this decisive Sudirman Cup clash. And really, the destiny of that point never really looked in doubt. 21-12, 21-14, as one-sided as really you could have expected.
match won by Germany, 21-12, 21-14.
Jing there, Jing second best to Olga Konon. And it all means we're down to a decisive women's doubles clash. Malaysia, the host nations, on the brink here. Are Germany going to upset the odds?